Do you feel like you're ready for union? Do you feel like separation should be over? Do you question why your twin flame isn't ready and why they're still running? Well, the thing is, if they're not ready, then deep down, neither are you. We might think we're ready, but we still have walls around our heart. We still have guards up, and it's only in letting these guards down that we can truly be ready to receive divine love. My name is Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialize in healing after narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. We think we're fucking ready, and we're fucking not. You know what I mean? It's the amount of times on this journey I went over, this last while, and I feel like, I'm ready. I've healed more heart blocks. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. Oh, that's the word fine bugs me because I'm not fine. No, I'm fine. I'm fine now. But like, what I mean is, like, literally we think we're ready. We wonder why they're still running. We wonder why they're not ready. We wonder why they're not making these decisions. Why aren't they choosing themselves? And we have to ask ourselves all these same questions. Because if it's a mirrored fucking energy, we keep forgetting that. We keep saying, I've done the work, I'm fucking healed. There's no such thing. You're not ready yet. Like, this is, like, at the amount of times I felt ready to open my heart to love, ready to let my twin flame in. I was like, I'm so ready to share my life, and I am. But there's still restrictions. And this is the thing, right? We have to remember the walls around our heart are fucking huge among us. They're huge, man. Do you know what I mean? They're made of stone, they're made of fucking steel, they're huge, they're tall, they're wide, they're just massive, right? And so when we're going through this healing journey, we slowly break down our walls. But every time our unworthiness wound is triggered, they go straight back fucking up. This is the thing. You know what I mean? So, like, we have to remember, we think, okay, I'm ready, and then you're not, and then you're ready, and then you're not, and then you're ready, and then you're not. You're literally, like, your heart chakra is going open, close, open, close, open, fucking closed. That's the way it is. And it's like, this is it. Like, every time we're triggered on this journey, we close again. Every time our twin flame ghosts us or rejects us, we close again. You know what I mean? So, like, we're literally, it's like a doorway, right? With this little fucking, this peephole, whatever they call them. This peephole. And it's like every so often, it's like, oh, I'm going to let some love in. And it's like, no, I can't. I'm too scared. This is the thing. We think we're ready for love, but we're fucking petrified of it. Absolutely petrified. Why? Because we've only ever known toxic love. You know, growing up, all I saw was a model of toxic love. In my fucking relationships, my past relationships, all I saw was toxic love. So, and I was rejected, I was wounded, I was abused, I was all the things over and over again. So my heart chakra closed fucking almost completely. And every time we move forward with our twin, something is triggered from a past relationship. Like, you know, no matter how fucking spiritual we are, we're still going through the twin flame journey going, what if I'm crazy? What if this isn't real? What if I'm just repeating another pattern? What if this is another narc? What if this is another asshole? What the fuck if everything? You know, and this is the thing, like, you know, it took me a long time to genuinely not go through the energy of, am I wrong? Am I crazy? I'd say, like, I only settled this year. I'd say it only settled in the last 2 months where I completely surrendered and actually knew for a fact I was right. You know what I mean? But I spent the last year plus going, no, it's not, I'm wrong, he's an asshole, you know, all this kind of stuff coming up. But every time I questioned anything, my heart walls went back up. The pain resurfaced from the past, that unworthiness resurfaced from the past, so I closed again. We have to remember this, like, every time, and don't get me wrong, every time we go through a healing cycle, our heart opens actually a lot more. So, you know, I've said this before, like, so say my heart was open just a tiny little bit, then I closed again. The next time it would open just that little bit more, but then it closed again. Then it would open a little bit more, and then it would close again. And this is the way it keeps going. It's like, ooh, bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. You know what I mean? So it's literally like, you know, it's this back and forth energy with myself, with my heart chakra. And, you know, I didn't even realize till around December last year, Jesus, nearly a fucking year, oh my God, that I was actually afraid to be loved. I was afraid of it. And this was even to do with friendships. I was petrified. You know what I mean? I had to walk away from so many things. And, you know, I was going through a lot of heart awakenings around this time. And, you know, even with friendships, I had everyone at, like, arm's length. I was like, you know, if I don't let them in, they can't hurt me. If I don't let them in, they can't hurt me. And I got to the stage, I said this in a video last year, it was like, my heart was about to turn to stone. I could let love out, but I couldn't let it in. And it was getting to the stage where I was afraid I wouldn't be able to let love out again. And so I started to feel lonely as well. And this is so unusual for me. And, this is when I started letting my friendships strengthen a bit, and I started to be vulnerable again. I started to let people in, and oh my God, you know what I mean? We're putting these fucking walls up because we're like, I need to protect myself. I'm so fucking strong because I have walls of protection. No. These walls make you fucking weak. That's a fact. And it's a fact. The more my walls went up, the weaker I got. Genuinely, physically and mentally. I was like, oh my God, I was seizing up effectively, like. And then I started to let my friendships blossom again, in a sense. I started to get closer to my friends, and I started to be more open with them. And I started to feel stronger. So the more I actually opened my heart, the stronger I got. Because love makes us stronger. But if we block love out, we're actually blocking out strength and power. Because love is power. You know what I mean? And it was only in starting to open again that I started to feel ready. And I remember even saying last year, or after I'd healed that section, I was like, I'm so fucking ready right now. I'm so ready. And I've had so many triggers since then, since this time last year. And I'm like, I fucking wasn't ready. Because every time a new trigger comes up, I'm like, oh, this is why I'm not ready. This is why I'm not ready. And it's like, even, we were in union energy about a month ago. I could feel this energy, but we went through this relapse, and this is the final purge kind of energy. But literally, it's like, it's the same shit again. It's like, you're ready. And then all of a sudden, fuck, all these pains and traumas come back up, and you're like, oh shit, I'm not ready. You know what I mean? And I do feel ready. I do feel ready for union. I really do. But there are still some heart blocks. Am I ready to receive? Or am I still kind of going here with this fucking shield up going, I might let it down if you come back. But you need to let it down before they come back. This is it. You cannot attract abundance or attract love into your life if you're sitting there closed going, I'll open it if something comes. It doesn't work that way. That's effectively what we're doing. It's like we're hiding behind this wall, and we're like, yeah, if it happens, we'll deal with that when the time comes. But you're literally sitting there going, I'm closed off to the whole world. Go away. This is the energy you're putting out. And that's the energy you're putting towards your twin as well. And now it's mirrored energy. So they're going through the same stuff as well. They're going through that insecurity. They're going through those fears. They're going through all that kind of stuff as well. But it's only in, I suppose, acknowledging this. You know what I mean? We're constantly going around in this circle of I'm ready and frustration. I'm ready, I'm frustrated. I'm ready, I'm frustrated. And this is the thing, and I get like this as well. A certain amount of time will go by. I'd be in surrender mode, and then a certain amount of time will go by, and then the frustration or the triggers come back up again. And I'm like, okay, this is important. This is telling me what I need to heal. And then I go through a massive round of heart healing, and I'm like, yeah, I get it now. I get why we weren't in union yet. You know what I mean? And it's that simple. It's only in understanding that we can truly open up. Ask yourself that question. Are you truly ready to receive? Is your heart open enough to receive? Are you allowing good things into your life, or are you still blocking things out? Are you afraid to open? Are you afraid to be vulnerable? Are you afraid to trust people again? And that's, I think, the energy I'm getting at the minute is very connected to our feeling of trust and safety and our feeling of betrayal. So everything that's coming up at the moment is connected to our past relationships and how unsafe we felt in childhood and how unsafe we felt in previous relationships. And I think this is one of the biggest ones for me. I know my twin flame is a good person, and I know that I can trust him. But the shit from my past is bubbling up to tell me, you're not safe, don't let him in. And that's effectively literally shooting my walls back up again. It really is. It's like everything from the past is kind of really, it's really raw right now. It's showing itself for release. It's literally, we're saying goodbye to it, effectively. But it's the biggest one for me. And it's a really, really raw one for me. It's to fully literally let yourself be seen by another person again. That shit is fucking scary. We've been in toxic relationships, you know, even with our exes or family members or even friends. We've been pure, we've been raw, we've been naked. You know, we've shown our full selves and we've been shot all over. We've been literally abused or shamed or shunned for the things that made us, that the times we were vulnerable in the past. And I think this is a big one for us being able to fully trust again. You know, it isn't just romantic relationships from the past. Like, when we're on this journey, we have to walk away from a lot of people, friends, family members, you know, job situations. This triggers our rejection wound and our abandonment wound over and over again. But this is what happened for me. I had to walk away from everyone. So the ones I had left, like the couple of friends I had left, I distanced myself from, because it was just, everyone leaves. My biggest fucking fear, my biggest fucking wound was my fear of abandonment. And literally it was the one that it happened, like, you know, that I was left completely alone. And that fear is still lingering, I think, for all of us. It's really hard to get the words out. Like, it's like, even though we feel safe in our twins' presence, which we do, and like that's one massive thing for me, I've never felt safe in a relationship before. I've always been in my masculine energy. And even when I was living with my exes, I didn't feel safe. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in my twins' presence, I actually feel so safe. I do. I really do feel safe. I'm finally able to live in my feminine energy and be the feminine rather than be the masculine. So I do feel safe with him. But because of, I suppose, the back and forth stuff, you know, the separation phases and all that, we can be triggered again into feeling, you know, are they not here because they don't like me? Can I actually trust them if they keep doing this? You know what I mean? And I've said this already, like, you know, we have to open to receive. We have to be open prior to receiving. But we also have to trust before we have to trust. And that's the thing. I have to feel safe enough to speak my truth to my twin, without fear of judgment or fear of ridicule. And I think I can do that. But yet, every time I think about doing it, it frightens the fucking shit out of me. It really scares me to remember how I was betrayed in the past when I was trying to express myself or be vulnerable, you know, and how I felt so unsafe trying to be safe, you know, with somebody I thought I trusted. And that's just so scary for me, like, you know, to be fully raw in front of a person again, to literally be open in front of somebody again, you know what I mean? And I know it's the twin, it's weird. It's like, we know our twin flame is that safe haven. We know that we can trust them, but the wounds are still lingering from the past, making us feel that unsafety. And it's only in healing that within ourselves. We have to heal that first. You know what I mean? We can't expect our twin or another person to heal that wound within us. We need to heal it ourselves. So we need to come to that safe haven within ourselves first. And trust that this is the thing as well, right? Our fear of trusting our twin is actually showing us that we don't trust ourselves because of the things we've done in the past. So we blame ourselves for attracting those relationships, but we did that from a wounded place. You know what I mean? So it's literally coming to trust yourself first. Feeling safe within yourself, can you come to trust your twin flame? And how do we do this? You nurture your inner child, you reparent your inner child, but you start to give yourself credit for what you've done. Remember that those toxic relationships only happened because you weren't healed or you weren't healing. You know what I mean? You were coming from a wounded inner child place. You are not the person you were back then. So, you know, instead of saying to yourself, I'm afraid my twin flame is like my exes, which they're not, what you're really afraid of is making the wrong decision. You're afraid your energy radar is off like it used to be. You're afraid that you're wrong. Do you know what I mean? So it's more about you than them. So it's only in trusting yourself, trusting that you've come so fucking far, trusting that you've done that inner work and that inner healing. So it's safe to trust yourself. Like, you know, when we make all the decisions on our ascension path to do the hard work, to do the inner healing, to walk away from the things that don't serve us, the universe isn't going to turn around and go, here, have another narc. They're not doing that. They're going to say, here, have a fucking safe twin flame. That's what they're going to do. Do you know what I mean? They're going to say, here, you've fucking suffered enough now. You've done all the fucking work. Here's your twin flame. Here's harmonious, a divine love, unconditionally loving relationship, a safe relationship, a healthy relationship. You know what I mean? You're not going to repeat the past mistakes. So this is the thing. How we open our heart by trusting ourselves first. You will not repeat the past. And your twin flame is not going to repeat the past, but they're just there to trigger you at the moment to make sure that you can feel safe within yourself first. And it's when you can trust and feel safe within yourself that you'll be able to feel safe and trusting of your twin. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today, and nothing more than to help on your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I will be sharing a guided meditation every week. The information for that is in the description box.